Good morning, everybody. I am a tired bean. I don't think there's going to be much stream today, but you know me, I like to try and at least get an hour in before my body gives out. I could not sleep last night at all. How about the rest of you? I hope you're all having a better time than me. Neff was here early. Cora was second and then came in and snatched first. So I guess Neff is second now. Fantasy's third. Necromancer's fourth. Gunk Lobster's fifth. And Ross Riders is sixth. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I saw you saw the prices for RAM sticks. I don't even want to know. Because it'll be worse in Canada. You will always win until you don't. In which case the rules of the game changes. And then you're the winner anyways. I did manage to get a shower in this morning, so I'm at least clean. So I can be clean and tired instead of dirty and tired. We're about 3 hours into Cora's painting. I've started cleaning up the background. And working on refining the blanket. Until you don't, you always win, indeed. No, it's not an overreaction because people need RAM for their computers to run, and imagine anyone buying anything in this economy, much less something that's vastly and artificially overpriced, because the AI companies bought up all the RAM sticks. They bought up all the RAM sticks to the point where they can't even use them, so they're destroying them so that you can't have them. So that you have to use their services. And it is such a strain. Like, as if they weren't putting enough strain on the environment already. Like, come on, man. It's like, could you be more stereotypically evil? The answer is yes, but still. They're really, really not good. Hashtag no more AI. Yup. Fuck you, got mine. You can't have it. Some asshole tech bro. Basically, that's what it is right now with the RAM market. It's crazy. It's just insane. I do not have words. You know, I thought I understood the greed of humans. Like, I thought I'd already seen the majority of it, but honestly, human awfulness continues to surprise me at every turn. Just shock and awe. But then there's also the generosity of people. You know, somebody wants to commission me at the end of January when they get paid for a picture of their friend's dog, and I'm like, look, I know things are expensive right now. Make sure you take care of yourself first, man. I'll still be here painting. Just don't put yourself out. It's great that you're doing that for your friend, but just, you know. I know the economy is super hard for everybody right now, and if you're struggling already, I don't want you to put yourself out. The same goes for the rest of you. Like, this person's a complete and utter stranger. And it's really cool that I finally got someone outside of my usual audience. I think they came from Mocha Maid's stream. Yeah, there's too many bad people, but you know, when shit really hits the fan, people tend to actually take care of each other pretty well. Which is, you know, nice. When it really comes down to it, when you see, like, the absolute worst that things can get, like, after a tornado or something, like a major tornado, and it doesn't matter who you are or where you're from, people are just helping each other. And, like, that's... The people are like, why do you like disaster stuff so much? And I'm like, it's that. It's exactly that. Thank you for the hydrate. Speaking of which, Neff's name existing in chat as a reminder. Everybody take your
says, I test the bot.
The bot, he has been tested. Havarti came back from getting his milk and cigarettes. But take care of your medicine. Talking with pills in your mouth is hard. It's difficult to speak when your mouth is full of cylindrical objects. You make a lot of really obscure references, Ross.
Says, God is testing me and I refuse to study.
Yep. I think the answer to the test is the refusal. But that's okay, God doesn't exist anyways. I would say sorry to the religious people out there, but honestly, I'm so tired of being sorry. I've reached that stage of Canadian where I'm just like, I'm not sorry anymore. A Canadian tired of being sorry, everybody run! It's not Canadian tire anymore, it's Canadian tired. Tired of your bullshit! TLDR, main Tefros, automated death robot, okay. Yeah, I know the story of apparently it had a problem with the in the ass. Just specifically those 3 words.
Cormoracity says, today's meta entry, the incredible, illustrious, Eoraptor lunensis.
Oh yeah. Eoraptor lunensis. We'll find out. Let's do some learning, boys. Let's do us a learn. He's a skinny man. At least that's the first picture that's come up. I like this one better. There's so many iterations of this thing, I'm not even sure what. Tell us about this beastie. Let's get his skeleton here. Oh, here, this looks like an actual scientific image. Here we go. Create new from clipboard. Oh god, it's so bright. The white. Ugh. tell us about our baby lizard here. It's only a war crime after the first time, Cora. We didn't commit war crimes, we invented them. The name means Dawn Plunderer, from the Valley of the Moon. That's Banff. I'm so tired, I feel like I'm high. About 1.5 meters long and half a meter tall. So they're small boys. Aww. They'd probably make great house pets until they tried to eat you. Although, they probably wouldn't, to be honest. They would eat your dog and your cat. But I suppose if you kept them well fed enough, they probably wouldn't. They'd probably make great pets, to be honest. Lizards are really smart and they like cuddles. And boy, would they like warm-bodied cuddles. Oh yeah, the whole life on Earth being destroyed in 16 months thing. Yeah, because when your robots build themselves and use biomass as fuel, what do you think's gonna happen? They're gonna eat all the biomass. It's very simple logic. The only thing you could do is start a terraforming system, restart life after all life was wiped out. Well, you see, the thing is, the robots still exist. So, even if you restarted life, it would just continue to eat it. That's the one thing I never got about that. It was like, how did the... Oh, yeah, okay, Ross is just... Spoilers for anyone who hasn't played Horizon Zero Dawn or seen the story or wants to see it. I've seen the whole story already because I watched Sai play it on my PlayStation. I watched Sai play my game on my PlayStation. Yeah, you're telling major spoilers. So, a warning to anyone. You can keep going, you just... Oh, dancing dinos. Dancing dinos. Yeah, he's just a small bean. You got excited. You're a little carried away there. But people are warned. Is there anybody who really, really doesn't want spoilers for Horizon Zero Dawn here? Speak up now or forever hold your peace. I mean, it was kind of obvious that something went horribly wrong in that world, so... Thanks for the hydrate, Cora. Wasn't the first dinosaur discovered the iguanodon? I don't know. I actually don't know that. I never even thought about it. I still love the story about the platypus, where people thought it was fake because there were already so many fake animals on the market, and so people weren't trusting them anymore. It's actually a running joke in Paleo with one of the characters. She believes in all these like supposed cryptids. See, she's kind of like the Luna Lovegood of Palea, and you know, humans, they come to the world, they emerge in the world again, and she starts asking you about animals and whether they exist, and the platypus comes up, and you're like, yeah, the platypus is absolutely real, and she's like, no, I refuse to believe you. You're obviously joking. She believes in everything but the platypus. She's like, it couldn't possibly exist. And every time it comes up, she's just like, no. Full on, nah, bro. Said the salt to the bromine. Nerd jokes. Encryption problem will be solved. Okay. Shut down the machines finally. Oh, okay. Imagine discovering an animal from fossil teeth that look like large iguana teeth. Most teeth look the same to me, to be honest. Giant sharp tooth came from something that needs a big sharp tooth. Could be anything. Thanks for the hydrate, conch. I don't know if I said that. So my brain is shutting down. Yeah, there's just not enough good people. Or it feels like there aren't enough good people. But there are a lot of good people out there. There are a lot of good Americans out there that are fighting for what's right. I just don't think they're fighting the right way. They need to be doing so much more. Your protests need to become very disruptive to the economy, and it's gonna be really hard on a lot of people. But that's the only way things are gonna be really fixed, is if you take down the rich people. It's the only way. And you're starting to figure it out. It's good to see. You're starting. It's a little bit late, but you know, all the Canadian boycotts do really help a lot. Really kicking you guys in the teeth. But there's still a lot of people who just don't realize that the reason Canadians aren't coming down to the United States of America is because you guys insulted us so badly that we're just like, yeah, we don't want to be part of that anymore. You know how you deal with neighbors you hate in the winter? And their power goes out? You don't let them in. It's a running hypothesis that Cy and I have that the reason Canadians are so altruistic towards other people and their neighbors and less selfish is because we have cold winters, and if anything happens, our neighbors have to like us or we'll die. It's kind of dark, but it makes sense. Yeah? By the way, I don't know if you can see, but we're painting very tiny bits of fur. Yeah, we are at detail phase. This is where most of the time sink is in a painting. Painting all these little individual strands of fur. Fluffy kitty. The teeth of the iguanodon's first species was one of the reasons people thought the dinosaurs looked like monitor lizards. I mean, fair enough. That or humans are naturally altruistic. It's, I do believe it's inherent. People want to help one another because it ensures their survival. Yeah, go back to Canada or don't come here, but you better become the 51st state. Yeah. Yeah. You get is your insane president gonna plan a Putin where it's like, oh, you're Ukrainian, we'll just wipe you out and take your land, like we all did to the Native Americans. Well, I say we, but I don't like including modern people in that because, well, the people living had nothing to do with that. I mean, we do have a bit of a duty to make sure that things are better, you know, relations are better with our native peoples, and we should integrate them more into our society and accept maybe some of their traditions instead. Adopt their traditions. Become the native peoples with them. Instead of trying to squash it out in favor of what we think is better. I only use the royal we in this case. Because, I mean, come on, why wouldn't you want Wishpoosh the Demon Beaver as part of your lore? Wishpoosh the Demon Beaver, the destroyer of worlds. I mean, that's fucking rad. Native American lore is pretty wild stuff, and I love it. But enough of the misery. No more allowed. It's a short stream today. We're gonna have a and have a good time in the short stream. Painting Tom the cat. May he forever sleep in the fluffiest blankets. I really do love painting fur. Thanks for the hydrate, Cora. Neff has redeemed a stretch. Hydrate, stretch, and pills. I took my pills. Thank you. Your presence reminded me. My hair towel was in my way. Pressing into my spine. Alright, I'll put on my sweater. Drugs. Drugs. My dad gave me a sweater. And it's one that my grandma knitted for him probably before I was born. But now it's like way too big for him because he lost a lot of weight. Like it was always big, even when I was a small child. And it's still huge even on me. But I think that's because like it's loosened up over the years and the knit has spread out a bit. But it's the comfiest sweater. Just not right against the skin. You need to wear a long sleeve shirt under it because it's one of those old wools that's itchy. Well, let's just cause chaos. Break the universe. Cool. Can't hear my mouth. Alright, blanket on the lap. A sweater on, hair finally down, loose and drying. I should do more Native American lore research, not just because some most season Gundam fanfiction Native American descent. Yeah, well, there's a lot of tribes, and they're all very different. But when you think about it, it's really no different than how there were so many different cultures in Europe. Travel was difficult, and so societies developed in very small pockets of dense population, and that's why there's so many dialects of Dutch and German. Because travel between places took a long time, so culture didn't spread very quickly. And now we have rapidly evolving language models that are developed by internet culture. Like the way Gen Z talks, like holy shit, and most of the time I don't understand what the fuck they're saying. And I know most of the memes. leave us out of this? What? Leave us out of what? I'm confused, Cora. Alright, alright. I'm talking like the younger Gen Z with Gen Alpha. They're those kids are cooked, man. It's kind of weird to think that some of Gen Z are already at, like, well into adulthood. It's wild. You see, I totally missed that part. I'm so tired, I can't even remember what I said. Well, for the most part, I can't. Like, I do, but I don't, you know? I say you know, like you know, but you probably don't. I'm just a confused potato today. The youngest Gen Z is just teens. Yeah, it's like my brother's 4 years older than me, and he's the beginning of millennial, and I'm like early mid millennial. And then my friend, who's 10 years minus 10 days younger than me, is the end of millennial. And it's the young Gen Z that are all like the skibbity riz, whatever the fuck. They'll cringe later in their 30s, like, you know they will. They'll be like, can't believe I talk like that, man. What the fuck is wrong with me? They will cringe real hard. Actually, this fur's going kind of this way. Why are you millennials so pessimistic? Probably because we've been through like 3 financial collapses and have no future or any children. Because we just couldn't afford to have them. You got taken advantage of. We can't get a leg up. No one gives us a hand and we get blamed for everything. That's why we're so pessimistic. Eeyore is our spirit animal. When I was a kid, I didn't get Eeyore. When I was a kid, it was all too real for me. I was like, Jesus Christ. What is this creature, and why does he resonate so well with me? He's the millennial and midlife crisis form. Like, he's just the embodiment of the millennial state of being. Also, definitely the rest of the time I have on remaining on this painting is going to be doing this. Just painting fur. The fuzzy beans. You can see his little toes. so cute. Couldn't see his kitty toes. He just went to squeeze the beans. When I was a kid, I had stick walls. What? It was Gen Alpha? Well, it's the end of Gen Z, too. The very, like, tail end. When I was a kid, I liked Batman, but now I like the Joker because he was right. That's like, not even bismuth has this many edges. The oldest Gen Zs are nearly 30. Yeah, well, I mean, the one 10 years minus 10 days and is the last millennial. And I'm 40, so he's 30. Which means the youngest Gen Z are 30. Because these lines overlap. You know, some of Gen Z can still call themselves millennial. And, like, my friend is right in that age bracket where he was born in 1995. So, I think up until 1997 and 2000 are, like, that's the last final border of Gen Z millennial. I don't know what Deathsand is saying. I never pretend to know what he's saying anymore. That man confuses me. Let's paint these toes here. Little kitty toes. Kitty toes. His beans aren't pink, but they're also not white. They're like yellow. So what is 1992? 1992 is a millennial. Straight up. $1995 is the cutoff for Gen Z. Like, if you're 1995, you're not Gen Z. If you're 1996, you could probably consider yourself, like, in that transition point between Gen Z and Gen X. Or millennial, rather. Gen X is something else. It's weird because we skipped, we just created millennial between X and Z. Wait, no, why? Jesus Christ, I'm tired. Yeah, my brain's stupid today. I forgot about the letter Y. I thought Y was before X for a bit there. Oh my god. All around me are familiar faces. This man and his yellow beans. Little kitty man and his yellow beans. Cora, I hope you don't mind me taking some liberties with the lighting down in the corner. I just want more of the focus to be on the cat. Oh, it's fine, Fantasy. I'm super duper tired. So don't worry about being in a good mood or bad mood. You're here. As long as you're enjoying yourself. Yep, millennial are still Gen Y. I forgot that the letter Y existed. Thanks for the hydrate, Def. I hope you enjoy your tea and snacks, Fantasy. We're not going to texture the blanket so much. It is meant to blend into the background, but I do have to get a little bit of darkness in here underneath. Pictures taken with flash are challenging. Because unlike the picture that I did of Tessa, the dog, I don't have as much dynamic lighting to play with on the fur color because the flash illuminates it all. So we've got the nice dark yellows in here. The dark creamy whites. But the blanket is very, very distinctly red. Whoops. Hello? Let me select the color, thank you. That's still not the right color, hello? It's a good challenge, though. To figure out how to keep this simple, but still keep it authentic or accurate to the picture in a way, but still also keeping the background, doable, and the background. The flash is necessary. Yeah, I understand that. My dad uses flash for every photo, whether it's necessary or not. And I'm just like, Dad, your boomer's showing. I'll probably go back over the blanket with the Painterly blender. It will look soft and fluffy, but it won't have the texture fidelity of the cat. Tom is our focus. He gets all of the best textures. Let's see, probably about there. Gotta paint the fur on the toes. Commission sent, let me know your thoughts. That's where it moves. Drop you out. Okay. I was like, where's the references? The final references. Oh my god, that's a lot of pictures. What are .heic photos? Or, files? I'm not sure I can even open those. I've never seen that file format before. Fuss, row, meow! Yes, I can do that. I just need the references of the aminal. And, it looks like you sent those. And if you trust me to do the thing that I do, then, yeah, I can do that. What to charge you? I don't know. You'll convert them? Okay. Yeah, I've never seen that file format before. I've yeah, just straight up never seen it in my life. Oh yeah, by the way, we have to do our usual check. I did work on it last night when I couldn't sleep. So it looks like we've got a little bit of overhang. The shape's not perfect, but it's pretty damn well close. So if I take this, You see, what I do is I bring it over and I test the opacity over it, and then I put it back, and then I move it and fix it and check it. And I'll do that 15 or 16 times. And every time I do, it gets a little bit better, but like the first time I drew Tessa, like the image was really bad. And as I did the slide over, check, slide back, shift things around, I started to get it closer and closer and closer. Being able to do that really helps. But eventually I'd like to get to a point in skill where I don't have to do that at all. Where you just know it's basically the same thing. One day. But the more of these I do, the better it'll get. It's got kind of a almost anime Nyanta look going on right here. Kitty cat. Oh, this is the wrong brush. Helps if I'm using the right brush. The first strokes will never be one-to-one. That's my artistic interpretation, but I like to get the form as close as possible. And the patterns overall, like overarching patterns, as close as possible. Because it's, you know, how we recognize the animal. Like, when I lived with Sai, people were like, how do you tell the difference between these 4 black cats? I'm like, they're all different. They're all different, man. Never be a one-stroke wonder. Oh, well. Never change, you guys. Just never change. This little bit right here is not right. It's the details that matter, you know? A little bit of scuffing around the edge between the black and the white around the nose. Had to read back and be like, why is Ross screaming? It's like, mate, are you alright? Little kitty eyebrows. Yeah, tigers purr and they meow. It's just really super deep. Man, putting like the final whiskers on this thing is gonna be amazing. I'm very happy that you guys trust me with your precious beans. Necromancer's redeemed a Screech! Thank you for the hydrate, Necromancer. Hey, I've made it an hour. Let's keep going.
Necromancer Dark says, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 of us, 1 hour, 1 of us, 1 of us.
Oh, Vardy. Why? You scared me. You made me jump. I was concentrating so hard. Cora is streaking! Thank you for sharing your time with us, Cora. We always appreciate it as usual. 30 streams in a row. Wow. 2 days away from a 60 stream streak? What? Oh, and a posture check from Necromancer, too. Whoa, whoa. We know what time it is. It is shrimp time. Everybody unshrimp thines. Vines? So many shrimps! Is it auto cannibalism if I eat those? What a strange question to have. Oh god, I've got this massive knot in my hair today, and it's the worst. Hold on, I have to brush this out. Where is my brush? Where's my brush? Can't find me brush. I have to find me brush first, guys. I've become more powerful than you can possibly imagine. I don't know, I can imagine quite a lot, Cora. Where is my hairbrush? There's my hairbrush. I had to stand up to see it. It's behind my tiny Christmas tree, which will have to go in the Christmas box soon. Ugh! You can hear me brushing the knot out of my hair. It's so bad. Crikey. Ah! Harrismr. Ow. God, that knot is so bad. Things I'm trying to describe car stuff to non-car people, because I'm sure nobody has a clue what even a turbocharger does in an engine. Yeah, just the shape and basic function. But then again, you know, you could go kind of like the sci-fi route when writing stuff, if this is for like your book project, and just assume that that people know, or reduce the amount of detail. Ugh. Okay, the headphones have to come off for this, and so does the sweater. It's not like I'm listening to people talk, so I don't even technically need the headphones. This is what I get for not brushing my hair frequently. Oh, good lord. I hope you're enjoying my sounds of agony. I'm gonna break my brush at this rate. What even? The knot won't come out. It doesn't help that my hair is still a little bit damp, so it's hard to pull the brush through. Oh, crikey. Hold on. I have to get a product for this. This is bad. Nugget? Hello. I return with mane and tail detangler. Because sometimes you need to break out the big guns. hair's gonna smell nice. Oh, that solved so much of the problem. Just a couple of spritzes of the right stuff. There's still a lot. But, like, your hair gets to a point, because I know most of you guys have no idea, but when your hair gets long enough, it starts to break off, and those little breaks will later become split ends. And the split ends will eventually get tangled because all of your hairs are different lengths. And then it just knots more and more and more and becomes like this bird's nest of chaos and destruction. And of course, my hair was horribly knotted this morning because it's been really dry, so the hair knots even better because it likes to cling to each other. The strands of its neighbors down the street. And it just gets so much worse. And it was driving me insane. I couldn't put my hair up. I couldn't run my fingers through my hair. It was so badly tangled. There, I hope you enjoyed that pseudo ASMR of me ripping through my hair. Now I have to pull my hair out of my brush. Wow, I've got a whole extra say in this thing. Christ. Well, that feels better. I feel like a civilized creature again. Let's put our sweater back on. I just gotta figure out which is the outside of the sweater. Oh, look, there's hair all over the sweater. This is the problem with wool, is everything clings to it. Hi, guys. How you doing? I hope I didn't make anyone want to throw up with that noise. I know some people don't like hair brushing sounds. But as far as I know, it's mostly just mouth noises with you guys, so. Back in the big chunky sweater. And blanket back on the lap. Yeah, one of the sounds that makes me want to gag is, it also sends, like, shudders through my body, like, I have a visceral reaction to it, is, like, a hard bristle brush on, like, a concrete or stone surface, especially if it's rough concrete. Like, I just want to throw up when I hear it. Like, it's painful to listen to. It's so bad. Also hope I get at least a story that I've done. I think so, trying to describe. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So the stuff that I've been linking in art, the guy's a writer, right? That man needs to save some talent for the rest of us, because oh my fucking god, he's got too many talents and he's too good at them all. Uh, Someone I aspire to be, and I could never be because I just don't have the acumen of all of these different skills. Like, this man is 3D printing, 3D modeling, he knows how to use a laser. Like, that stuff is intimidating. Really intimidating. And I'm scared of it. Thanks for the hydrate, Death. I got the hiccups. All that hard work brushing my hair gave me the hiccups. But if you want someone who's good at writing descriptions, absolutely this guy. Like, his stuff is so good. He narrates all of his stuff. He recorded his own audiobook, edited it. It's crazy how much he did. Gamey builds. I've been sharing it in art. Even though he's a diorama builder, all of his dioramas are related to his story and his whole world building thing. And a little ways down the line of his like main playlist of all of the stuff related to Aegis. Aegis, I think is the name of his world. It's spelt the same way as Aegis, but it's Aegis. Kind of the same way, like my name has the A-E in it. It's an A sound. And yeah, he does storytelling with the build. So he'll go over like the more functional parts of putting the build together, but when he gets down to the final assembly and paint, he starts narrating a short story that he wrote for the piece. And it's so good. I'm probably gonna pick up the hardcover of this man's book because it's so good that I want to read it. I don't normally read science fiction, but I want to read it really badly because it just sounds really good. Like, the amount of world building that he has put into his stuff is incredible. He's basically living my dream. Like, my ultimate goal is to get my book done and publish it and make special edition copies for the people who have been around for a long time. I unfortunately missed the release of his special edition. Bit sad. Oh, I was wondering why I couldn't increase the size of my brush here. Because I definitely would have gotten that. It's like being late to the party on Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. Granted, you know, it was originally in Chinese, so it's kind of hard to get in on that right away. Coincidentally, it was the amount of fan art, the sheer amount of fan art for that series that got me into it. I was like, who are these two guys in ancient Chinese getup, like always getting it on in these arts? Like, I've seen it very consistently now, and then I just got curious. My morbid curiosity led me to my favorite thing. Because at first it was just like gratuitous yaoi, and then I started seeing more fan art of these characters in particular. in other situations that were more relevant to, you know, their story. And I was like, this story's looking good. I should probably check this out. Thanks for the hydrate, Cora. That's the last of my coffee, by the way. So if you redeem any more hydrates, it's gonna have to be last night's water, because that's all I've got. I would rather not. I mean, it's not bad. It's still relatively cool, but it was sealed in a bottle. Here we go, we're getting into the internal parts of the fluff. You know, a little bit of the yellow tones in here. Went too gray. Yaoi, not my thing. Well, like, for the most part, the story is these two idiots don't know how to communicate, but it's also a murder mystery, and the murder mystery basically takes precedence. It's just one guy happens to know he's in love with the other guy, and the other guy doesn't realize that he's actually in love with the other dude. He still thinks he's straight, and he just hasn't realized it yet because he's an idiot. These two idiots don't know how to communicate is absolutely 100% the gist of Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji. Lan Wangji is like the almost non-verbal kind of man, and not good at talking. He's very smart, just not good at communication. And he doesn't know how to express himself properly. And he deals with social anxiety and stuff, but it's never, like, outright said that way. Because, well, it takes place in ancient China. They didn't really have words for those things. They didn't have autism. So, seems like anything sets me off into an angry fit. It's one of those days, huh? Where you just can't stop being angry. And so it's not outward that these characters have, like, these kinds of issues, but Wei Wuxian is totally the, like, ADHD genius boy. Like, he's just super ultra talented, and he just doesn't notice because he's too busy just being himself and loving existence until shit hits the fan, and then dark, sad times happen. But it's all in a flashback because the story is told sort of in medias res, where Wei Wuxian gets resurrected because he was dead. The story starts with him coming back to life in another man's body. And in the end, Wang Ji gets his Wuxian, but you don't really notice it until, like, the end of the series. It's just if you picked up this book and read it, you're just like, well, these are two beautiful men going on a murder mystery solving detective story adventure together. And then you sort of start picking up along the way that there's a little bit more to their past than really even they realize. And then you're just like, huh. It's really well done. And for like a work that was translated from another language that's so vastly different than English, it was very well done. Granted, I've been told that the original fan translation is even better and more detailed and structurally understandable than the one that was actually published. And so I would love to get my hands on a copy of the fan translation so that I could print it and bind it myself. But you try finding that fan translation and, like, it's basically been scrubbed from the internet. Dark, sad times happen. All this between scenes. Yet there isn't actually any sex in the book until the, like, post chapters. And then it gets really hot and heavy. And that's what the fan base really loved, was after the after stories. Because we're all horny women for gay men. It's kind of like straight men and lesbians. Apparently that's a thing too. Straight men just really like lesbians. See, straight women really like gay men. My dad has come for my tea mug. Thank you. Nugget! But yeah, otherwise the story itself is great. I love it. I love detective stories and noir and murder mysteries. And it's basically all that, but in ancient China with like ancient Chinese magic, cultivation, Eastern philosophy stuff, which I also really like because I'm a weeb. So you just throw all the things I like together, plus like a gay romance with two very lovable idiots who just happen to be extremely talented and gorgeous dudes. And you're like, yes, absolutely 100% yes. It's the perfect trap. And if you don't want any of the, like, really gratuitous sex, you just don't read the last chapter, because it's not relevant to the rest of the plot at hand. Like, it still has some plot, but you don't need it to complete the mystery. And that's what's great about that writing. Jesus, welcome back. It's good to see you again. Thank you for the lurk. Alright, Fantasy, you have a better day, okay? I hope things get better for you. I'm sorry you're having a bad time. I get like that when I watch too much on the news. I just get angry, and then things set me off a little too easily. And then I have to remember to take a step back and just breathe. Dad is back with the tea already.
This needs to hang up to dry.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Hey, look, sleep is important. Jesus, I need sleep desperately. I was awake all night and I feel like I'm dying. But we're painting Tom the cat and talking about books. My favorite Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. Yeah, it's just generally a good story. I started shifting my stuff from Scrivener into Obsidian, but I'm not sure how to go about it, how to set it up, whether I should just put all of my writing in one big file, like one big vault, or if I should set it up differently than that. See, I can't tell whether this is like a little bit of black fur that's on the side of his face or on his neck. And it's just perfectly in line with where the shadows would be on his face. It's this one spot right in here. Struggling a bit there. I think I just have to bring in more shadow in here. I have tea now. Yay, hydrate! Tube already has a hype chain. Good for Tube. Funnily enough, that is the direction I want the Bewitched Watch to go. What's the Bewitched Watch? Is that what you're writing, or...? So now I know what crime novel to write specifically for me. Look, I just like murder mysteries. You have a difficult choice to make with your book. Hype train, choo choo. Necromancer!
Necromancer Dark is hosting 5 guests.
Necromancer, thank you for for hosting so many people. I'm too tired for this, man. I was gonna end stream soon. Why do you always do this? You're commissioning me. Save the money for the commission. Ah! Thank you, Necromancer. I appreciate it. Yes. I know. I just... Thank you. I'm just saying, thank you. I always feel so undeserving. It's like I'm so slow to do art, which is why I've set a time limit on these commissions where I'm like 6 hours is what I'm gonna use to do these. Yeah, I don't know. Society, like, set up us millennials to have the worst self-esteem, the most negative views of everything. I think myopic is the term that I'm looking for. Well, I will... Is this pupper a past pupper or a current pupper? I mean, I'll still immortalize your puppers. The great royal that they are. All of our pets are kings and queens. Even if they're the greatest of derps. Kind of understand why Robert Bateman likes painting animals so much, though. They're fun. They get all sorts of weird pretzel shapes. They curl up. They're just so dynamic. You know, the fur bits. He's so fluffy. I'm working with nearly completely white up here. Choo choo! Type train success! I've apparently collected all the level 1 emotes anyways. We lost her mid last year. Oh, I'm sorry. She got the short stake in life, chronic life illnesses, and many onset illnesses. Oh, I'm so sorry. I will make her royal. The choice I have to make is a depiction of diversity. It's weird, because I'm pretty sure I don't have that emote. But it says I have all of the emotes. It's kind of weird. You have all the level 1 hype train emotes, but I don't have that level 1 hype train emote. Huh. What do you know? It's kind of weird. Twitch, what's going on? Yep. Some dogs are really smart, others are really dumb. Just complete dumb shits. But then again, humans are like that too. Chaos Mallow! So, right around up here, I think. Okay, this color. Oh my god, those emotes. Jesus. Wild. It's so colorful! Me eyes! It's fine, Necromancer. I think it's funny. Yeah, my mom would tell me about a dog that she had growing up. She had a couple of dogs growing up because she lived on a farm, right? And one of them was Snoopy, and he was really, really smart. And I can't remember the name of the other one, but it was a dumb shit. It was like the dumbest fucking dog on the planet. And I never got any specific stories, just that information. It's just the dumbest goddamn creature in the universe. Very focused today, despite being so gosh darn tired. key here is making the fur tufts the right length, so it doesn't look like a long-haired cat, but the medium short-haired cat that it is. It's all about building up the layers. So my book is based on the two worlds dynamic. The ancients are Anglo-Saxon English, but over time more ethnic backgrounds are introduced. And doing a short bark to get your attention, but doesn't want to be loud about it. Our second dog isn't the dumbest, but she was definitely born missing at least a few marbles. What she lacks in raw intelligence, she makes up for energy and persistence. We all know somebody like that in our lives, too. I'm that somebody. He looks so soft. So soft. Sorry, concentrating. Thank you for the hydrate, Cora. Kind of sounds like chiseling of a cat. I keep forgetting because I can't hear my pen against the tablet. I keep forgetting that you guys can actually hear that. I'll have to replace this nib eventually. It's starting to go. Was he a medium hair cat? He looks like a medium hair. He was short hair? I guess it's the, just the way the hair's standing up in the crease here. It makes it look longer. Sorry I'm not very chatty today, guys. My stomach's making weird growly noises. I'm gonna have to take a step back for a little bit. I think his pattern is slightly stripy. A lot of cats are kind of stripy. River would definitely have been an orange stripy cat. Oh my god. From far away, Christ. It looks so good. Yeah, if I could only translate the softness of that blanket properly. Without doing too much to it. I think I just need to stipple it as opposed to streak it, because it looks more like satin right now. A cat has a mood. He's very sleepy. I can't wait to start putting the final whiskers in, because it'll just bring it all together. You gave too much to Havarti to say. You gave him too much to do at once. He's tired too, I guess. Looks like he's on a bed of silk. Such precious. I can change it to a bed of silk if you like. But he looks like he really is enjoying that very fluffy blanket. Very velvety. Tesla likes those velvety blankets too. Because, you know, this is gonna be a picture that we do. See, he's got one of those velvety blankets as well, but it's in cream tones. Look at that little face! This little mischief monster! But all of them were deceived, for another text-to-speech was made. Little mischievous glint in his eyes. You can see me holding the phone. Look at the fidelity of this picture. There's my hand getting him to pay attention, and there's me holding the phone, and there's my face. The rest of this is like blanket. That's my elbow right there. Yep. Yep, this is Tesla. Look at his little teeths. That little mischievous face, he's coming for you. He was still quite young here. Anyways, that's set up as another practice piece. One day I'll get around to painting my own cat. Have you ever seen Kid versus Cat? No. But yeah, cats are the best. I love cats. I also like dogs. Just not as much. I'm a little bit scared of dogs. Kit versus cat. Or kid versus kit? Is there a rule that a... What? A poem has to rhyme? I fully expected you to know less than 2 drives today. Alright, Ross, well, take care. I'm gonna raid out very shortly. Oh, a poem. There are different kinds of poetry, so not necessarily. Depends on what you're doing. A lot of poetry, in fact, does not rhyme. My brain is about to shut down on me. It's just like a whole 100% go fuck yourself kind of moment. My brain just went pfft. Oh, apparently I do have that weird frog emote. Interesting. My brain right now is just like, respectfully no. Yeah, Shakespeare did like his rhyming. I guess we're going to Tube. Let's go do that. Yeah, my brain just kind of shut off right here. So, we'll either finish this tomorrow or it will be finished by tomorrow. It's one or the other. Because we've only got about 2 hours left to spend on it. But we're also pretty close to finality here with this one. And he will have the softest blanket to sleep on. So, my Franz, we are off sailing to other waters. May you wash ashore in distant lands and find yourself new adventures. Apparently I'm choking on cat hair. Oh, God. Choked to death at the outro. Necromancer, thank you for the gifted subs and the hype train today. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys at the same time tomorrow. Hopefully I will get some rest in the meantime. I'll try not to, Cora. Something hit me just right in the back of my throat. I'm dying. Okay. I love you, bye-bye.